If you've been around the channel for a while, you probably already know how this goes. We go ahead and pick a theme of the week, and then we'll curate the video around that theme. But today we decided to keep it super simple. That's right, it's called Boneheaded Boaters of the Week, so that's the focus, people doing stupid things out in the water. And if it's your first time here, welcome crew to Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. As you can see, our crew's starting off strong. I don't know what in the world made these guys think this thing was gonna fit on this boat, but it sure as heck didn't stop them from trying. This may be my favorite part of the video, where somebody actually takes a little piece of wood and sticks it under the tire thinking, well, that's gonna hold her there. But no, that's not gonna do anything, and you might already know where this is going. Once the boat's a rockin', don't come a knockin' because she's about to get wet. Now, of course, there's nothing quite like getting out on the boat and enjoying a nice trip, but one boneheaded way to end a trip quickly or have a bad trip, well, that's to get out there and not check the weather. Now, I know that means something a little different to everybody. I mean, some weather conditions I may go out in and some you may not. You know, kind of like our guy here. He saw 15-foot seas and he said send it. Whee! Well, our guy had a pretty good trip. Speaking of trips, are you guys going to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show coming up this week? Have you ever thought about taking a trip on your boat to the Bahamas? If so, hang out to the end of the video as I'm looking to talk to you. But hopefully if we decide to do a trip to the Bahamas, you're not going to go on a day like this. You know it's a bad weather day when you look at the mouth of the inlet and towboat is just sitting there hanging out because they already know somebody's going out, somebody's going to get into trouble, and somebody's going to need a tow. Kind of like we see at the mouth of this inlet here, kind of like old Jeff Foxworthy used to say, here's your sign. Now, if going out on a boating trip without checking the weather is boneheaded, this next one, well, it's probably our most boneheaded mistake you can make, and that's getting out there in the water and getting behind the wheel or grabbing the handle on a motor after you've had a little too much fun that day, maybe a few too many, let's call them adult beverages. The result is gonna be poor. I don't know why, for some reason, it's a big misconception in boating. People often think of boats and going out and having a few drinks. The reality is you would never get behind the wheel of your car with a couple drinks in hand. Same deal in boating. You can't do it, you're gonna have poor results, things are gonna go wrong, and it is just as much against the law to get out there on a boat and do this as it is in your car. Now, not all boneheaded moves on the water are the same. Sometimes we'll make a small boneheaded mistake and it'll wind up with some major ramifications, kind of like our next guy we're about to see here. This is an Indonesian fishing hut, typically used to fish close to shore, not as an ocean-going vessel like we see here. Our guy got on his hut during rough conditions, the line that was holding it to the dock snapped, and the next thing he knew, well, he was out in the middle of the ocean. Fortunately, a cargo vessel going by was able to rescue him. Then, of course, some boneheaded moves that boaters will perform out there on the water are just exactly as they seem boneheaded. This is a video I'm gonna have to make because over the last week, some of the comments I've seen, it's become apparently obvious to me that most people don't understand the right-of-way on the water. And of course, right-of-way on land's easy. Garage always wins. And speaking of winning, are you going to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show this week? If so, we've got the winning ticket for you. That's right. Down below, you're going to see a link where you can purchase tickets to the boat show and you can use our code from Flibs, SETSAIL10, and you'll get 10% off your ticket purchase. Also, if you're gonna be there, have you ever thought about taking your boat to the Bahamas? Well, you're in luck. We're going to be hosting our annual seminar on how to take your small vessel to the Bahamas. We'll be at the Convention Center in the seminar booth on Thursday, October 26th and Friday, October 27th at 11 a.m. both days. So be sure to stop by, check out the seminar, say hello. I may happen to have just a few Drain Plug Mafia tumblers, but definitely some Drain Plug Mafia stickers with me. Let me know you saw the video and I'll make sure to get you something. Also, you're going to get an opportunity where you can join us on one of our trips. We'll be announcing 6 dates for trips to the Bahamas next year, where you and your crew can sign up in collaboration with the Bahamas Tourism Ministry and actually join us on a trip where you get to take your own boat and join a group of about 30 other vessels who come across. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Adam Coolidge, J2 the Snelly, McAllister Towing, Mackay Hagen, and Yoshi Kramer did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.